What's up, y'all? It's your boy Marcus Bullock, and I'm the CEO and founder of Flikshop. I wanted to pause before I walked out of the office today to check in and answer a question that I received in Flikshop's Instagram DM. The question was, how do I feel about prison reform? So today, I wanted to answer that here on our YouTube page so that everyone can hear the answer, and or at least how I answer that question. I would also love to hear how you all think about the subject in the comment section. So please jump in and let's turn this into a conversation. Now, I recently had a conversation with one of our newest team members about prison reform and some of the positive changes in the criminal justice system. This conversation sparked a blog post that we published on Flikshop.com that discusses important changes happening across the country. I'm optimistic that some of these changes are hopeful signs for a more thoughtful country that treats people who are incarcerated more fairly and with more dignity. I hope that y'all check the article out, and I'll make sure I drop that link in the description of this video. Now, prison reform, justice reform, and even complete prison abolition are crucially important topics that I realize, like my intern most people want to talk about. They have questions. Now, I'm not a data researcher, an attorney, nor am I a policy institute that can give you clear data on any of these topics. But I lived in prison for 8 years, and I tell people all the time that I have the best market research that helps me form my opinions on this topic. I actually lived in those cells with some of my friends and family that are still there today, and one of the reasons why I even launched Flikshop. So what is prison reform? Now, a simple web search will define prison reform as the attempt to improve conditions inside of prisons, improve the effectiveness of a penal system, improve all of the alternatives to incarceration. And it's crazy to me that this now become a popular web search, because when I was locked up, and even when I got out, the idea of prison reform was definitely not on anyone's radar. The term now has become a topic of most of our news feeds in some of our offices at work, and for some of us, even at our dinner tables at home. There have been a million different interpretations of prison reform and what the reform should actually look like, and I have a position on some of them. One of the things that I'm really passionate about is abolishing these draconian laws that land people in prison for ridiculously long sentences. And these are the tons of these sentences that are completely unreasonable, especially given the nuanced situation in any one of these cases. This stuff became excessive in the courtroom, and now the prisons are overflowing with bodies throughout the country, and some of them were the prisons I lived in, including my cell partner. When I was 17 years old, my boy Kyrie, who we call Spider, I met him, and he was only a few years older than me, and he lived with a life sentence that was in one of the prisons in Virginia where I lived. In fact, I can remember vividly when Virginia started building some of these prisons just to hold many of these bodies, and most of these prison systems were designed more for punishment versus rehabilitation. Now, today I see more facilities adding classrooms and libraries, and even the ability to receive emails and photo books and even Flikshop postcards. Some of these facilities are giving space for people to develop skills, obtain jobs, and receive treatment or the services they need, even while they're still incarcerated and living in those cells. This way of prison reform is necessary around the country because people are being locked away for insane amounts of time and receiving very little rehabilitation services. And we all want to believe that jail or prison has a purpose of rehabilitation or restoration, so the focus has to definitely shift here. With the 600,000 people that are coming home every year, how do we want these women and men to return back to yours and my community? This is why it's become super essential for me that prisons and the justice system shift their culture to actually helping people. It's a crucial step in the right direction and begins the long journey of reentry for people who want to come home from prison and jail, and they want to stay home. Listen, I'm super passionate about prison reform because it's not just a topic or a hot button political issue for me to jump on. Reform is about real people, real families, and the lives that are affected by the current system. I'm willing to always stand in support of my friends and my family who are still sitting in some of those cells, praying for a second chance, hoping that they receive humane and intentional services while they are there, and mercy to hopefully come home soon and help contribute to the community the way that my friends and I have been blessed to do after I was released. This is why I continue to speak out about this very important topic. Simply put, prison reform is more than just building a system. It's actually changing a system that helps to give our incarcerated neighbors more dignity while they're there. But we are also intentional about real criminal justice reform, which is all about bringing people home and helping us heal from the wounds that happen at the helm of a bad decision. I'm always excited to spend time with y'all, and I hope that you'll definitely share this video with a friend or two. And remember, real policy doesn't happen on Capitol Hill, which is only a few blocks from where I'm standing right now. It happens at the dinner table. So let's change some of the conversations at the dinner table tonight and all have an incredible opportunity to be a part of the change. Thank you guys.